I think there's a real issue happening with faith and understanding what that means. Because I think that a lot of us, we say as Seventh-day Adventists that we believe that, we're justified by faith and not by our works. But I don't know that we really understand that. I don't know that we really understand what it means to really be justified by faith, but not by your works. Okay? And so I think that fundamentally there is a need to really go back and understand what faith is. What is faith? Because when we understand what it is, I think we just kind of use it loosely and don't really get it. Okay? We don't understand this whole thing about being justified by faith. Okay? And so, and even in our past history, there's been debates about what it means to be justified by faith. Okay? And I'm not sure that it's ever been cleared up, the debate. And so, as I've matured, as I've come into my 40s, I'm coming to learn some things that I didn't understand. Growing up in the Adventist church, I didn't really understand because I don't think that the people around me, the good saints, I don't think they really understood. Okay? And now God has been really showing me what it is that I've needed to really understand, why our message is truth. Okay, because I think we say, oh, we got the truth. But we don't really understand why this is truth. And then what happens is that our message is not truth. Right? It becomes false prophecy. Okay, it becomes false teaching. Okay, and I know that's a hard thing to hear, false teaching in the Adventist church. Yeah. Yes, right here. And some of the things that we believe are true, at the base of it could be false teaching. And so we got to back up and understand what it means to be justified by faith. What is faith? Faith is definitely understanding who God is. And how do we understand who God is? We've got to understand who He is because we have a connection with Him. We are in a relationship with Him. And how do you start a relationship with Him? He's already been coming to you, but maybe you don't recognize Him. So what do you need to do? You need to go to Him and say, God, I want to hear you. I want to know what is your voice. Because I think a lot of people are saying, I don't know what God's voice is. Is this my thoughts? Is this God's thoughts? How do I know God is talking to me? And we get confused between wanting to know how God is talking to us and how whether or not it's God or whether it's ourselves. And let me tell you, the more and more closer you get to God, right, the requirements become more and more. The things that God begins to tell you becomes elevated to even things that you don't even think are really important. God starts asking you for obedience on things that's not even, that you think you don't even need to do. Okay, but He has to start with you with the fundamental things, and that is keeping His commandments. First, we got to know who God is. We have to know His law because the law is who He is, right? So we understand who He is, okay? But we have to love Him because of what He did for us. And what He did was that He died for us. He gave up himself. Understand this. Understand that we're dealing with God who could have lost his position as God. What if Jesus had fell? What would that have meant for the whole idea of there being God if Jesus had fell? Okay, this is when we think about how serious of a matter it was for Jesus not to fall, to prove that we could live, that God could stand by his own standards, right? Doing this for us. Did he have to do it? No, but he did it. And he did it, and he was successful. And because of that, we have a chance. We've already been giving the gift of eternal life.